Welcome to the deep dive, where we slice through the noise to get to the core of what you really need to know.
Yeah, cut right through it.
And today we are tackling, oh man, maybe one of the biggest questions for the MCU right now. Can they finally get the Fantastic Four right on screen?
It's $1 million question, isn't
Yeah.
it? After, the other attempts.
Exactly. Years of waiting, a few, let's call them misfires, but the social media embargo just lifted for Fantastic Four. First steps. So we're diving right into those like raw, unfiltered first reactions.
That's the plan. Simple mission today. Sift through everything people are saying, the good, the great, maybe the tiny little criticisms, but all spoiler-free.
Totally spoiler free.
I want to give you a clear picture, see if this is the one the game changer fans have been hoping for.
Or if Marvel's first family is still kind of tricky to get right on film.
Right. So think of this as your, first taste of the movie magic straight from the folks who've seen it. Just enough to get you hyped.
Okay, let's get into it. So the overwhelming feeling seems to be fantastic. And yes, that pun is literally everywhere.
Oh, I bet it is. You almost have to, right?
You have to, but seriously, lots of people calling it a return to form for the MCU. Some are even saying, get this, best Marvel movie post-Endgame.
Whoa, okay, that's a big statement. Post-Endgame.
Huge. What's your first reaction to hearing that level of, immediate buzz?
Well, what strikes me is just how positive it all sounds. Like really universally positive. Very few really negative takes popping up, which is interesting in itself.
Yeah, that's true. Usually you get more of a mix.
Exactly. It's not just hype, I think. It feels like it might signal something, maybe a shift, after some of the mixed reactions and maybe some fatigue,
Uh-huh.
this kind of widespread positivity.
Mhm.
It suggests maybe they found that early MCU magic again, maybe by focusing more on character, a self-contained story.
Less focus on setting up the next 5 things.
Perhaps.
But-
And people are saying it really embraces the, quote, wonderful weirdness of comic books, which I love to hear.
Me too.
Apparently, it's got this unique universe feel, a strong, retro-futuristic, 1960s vibe, and it just works.
Okay, that 60s aesthetic sounds amazing.
Yeah, reviewers are calling it visually stunning, stylish,
Yeah.
also self-contained and easy to jump into. That last part is pretty refreshing for the MCU right now, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. Like, you don't need homework to watch it.
Seems like it.
Yep.
Someone said it genuinely feels like Jack Kirby's imagination just exploded onto the screen.
Okay, that is what I want to hear. Now, here's the bit that gets me really excited. The cast. The chemistry. We always hear the family dynamic is the core,
It has to be.
right? So do these reactions suggest they finally nailed that, getting that balance right?
Well, you asked the big question earlier, can they nail the F4 on screen? And honestly, the consensus seems to be a pretty loud yes.
Okay, good.
The chemistry specifically is getting called off the charts, out of this world even.
Wow.
And a lot of people are saying, nobody feels left out. Each member gets their moment. They're all important.
That's crucial. So who are people talking about?
Okay, so Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. Lots of praise. People saying he nails Reed's stoicism and dashing brilliance. Someone called him the perfect Reed.
Okay. I can sort of picture that.
Then Vanessa Kirby is Sue Storm.
Mm-hmm.
She's getting highlighted, a lot. Movie's heart and soul, powerful acting job. Many just flat out saying she's perfect, a real standout.
Okay, Sue being the heart totally tracks. That feels right.
Yeah. And Joseph Quinn, as Johnny Storm, apparently makes Johnny feel ever so valiant, which is an interesting word choice. Might be a favorite character for some. And the humor, the Johnny being Johnny stuff, apparently lands really well.
Nice. Need that Human Torch energy. And Ben, the thing.
Even Moss Backrack is Ben Grimm.
Mhm.
It sounds like he brings the heart, holds the family together. Just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And his chemistry with Johnny Quinn is supposedly hilarious.
Well, I bet. The classic Ben-Johnny back and forth.
Exactly. Oh, and even Paul Walter Hauser gets a mention for stealing his screen time.
Huh. Of course he does. Okay, so what this really means for us as fans, it sounds like they actually feel like a family. You care about them together,
It seems so.
which is just, it's a huge relief, honestly, because if you don't buy into them...
The whole thing crumbles.
Yeah.
But it sounds like they got it.
Yeah.
And it's not just the performances either. It seems like the whole look and sound of the movie is a huge deal, too.
Right, you mentioned the visuals. People are really buzzing about that.
Oh, yeah. Losing their minds, apparently.
Yeah.
Brandon Davis actually said it might be, quote, visually the best thing Marvel has ever done.
Okay, hold on. Visually the best ever. That's a massive claim for Marvel.
It really is. He mentioned cosmic scenes feeling like an homage to Interstellar, said you have to see it in IMAX.
Wow. Okay. So what specific visual stuff are people pointing out? Besides the 60s thing?
Well, that retro-futuristic production design is a big one. The visual effects are called a delightful treat. Galactus, his presence is felt even off-screen, apparently. He's huge in IMAX. And Ralph Ineson's voice supposedly will vibrate in your bones.
Chills. Okay, that sounds suitably epic. What about the surfer?
Silver Surfer looks really, really good.
Yeah.
That's a quote. Simple, but effective.
Ah, good. And the powers, the action.
Action scenes get great marks. Lots of action scenes with everyone using their powers. And yes, confirmations that Reed Richards does stretch.
Finally. Thank you.
Right. The space sequences, too, described as just breathtaking.
And the music, Giacchino's doing it, right?
Yep, Michael Giacchino. And the score is getting rave reviews. Lively, instantly memorable, pure magic. Someone even said easily his best work in the MCU.
Wow, high praise again. Sounds like a total package, visually and sonically.
It really does.
Okay, quick pause here. Hey, if you're enjoying the spoiler-free dive and getting hyped with us, maybe tap that like button. It really helps us out.
Yeah, it does. Lets other fans find the deep dive.
Haha.
Okay, so as amazing as it all sounds, it's important to, to touch on the few little critiques. Because nothing's perfect.
Right. Absolutely. Got to keep it real. Even with all this excitement, grounding it is good. So what are those nuances or quibbles people mentioned?
Well, a few people felt the story didn't quite hook them as much as they hoped. Or maybe that the plot itself is a bit too nonsensical.
Nonsensical how, though? Like comic book nonsensical, which can be fun, or...
That's the question, isn't it? Is it a flaw or just maybe not what that viewer expected from an F4 origin? Hard to say without spoilers. Another point was the villains being not the most compelling.
Ah, the classic MCU villain critique. That pops up a fair bit, doesn't it?
It does. So is it, a persistent Marvel challenge, or maybe just that this film really focuses on the heroes, the family, more than the antagonist? Could be.
Yeah, maybe the villain serves the family story rather than the other way around.
Possibly. And then there's, oh boy, the recurring, slightly funny one, rough CGI baby moments.
Oh, no! Not the CGI baby.
Apparently, might give you nightmares. Some suggest just, wrap a football in a blanket instead.
Huh. The uncanny valley strikes again. It's almost comforting in a weird way. Some things never change, even in a potentially great Marvel movie.
Right. But on a more thematic note, a few felt the focus on the theme of family can feel a bit overdone at this point in the MCU.
Okay, I can see that being a potential thing. Is it a valid point, or maybe just audience fatigue with that theme showing up a lot lately?
It's probably a bit of both. I mean, family is the absolute core of the Fantastic Four. You can't not do it. But yeah, it's been central in WandaVision, Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Guardians 3.
True.
So the question is, does First Steps do it in a fresh way? A way that feels earned and specific to them, or does it feel like kind of hitting the same beats?
We'll have to see.
Yeah. Some reactions sort of summed it up as, Fantastic Four, First Steps has a lot of fantastic in it, but it still feels like it could be more. For some, it's good, not great, but again, for many others, masterpiece.
So a spectrum, but heavily weighted towards the positive end. Even with those minor things, it really sounds like it's connecting. You mentioned it being rooted in the comics, the 60s spirit.
Very much so, yeah.
So for us longtime fans, what kind of little nods or feelings are we going to get without spoilers, obviously?
You're definitely going to get those, oh, that's so cool. I remember that from Kirby or Lee moments. That seems clear. The arrival of baby Franklin Richards, for example, is being called pure Fantastic Four.
Ah, nice. Baby Franklin.
It sounds like this movie just gets the source material in a way maybe the others didn't quite capture. It embraces it.
That's fantastic to hear. Okay, and thinking bigger picture, the future of the MCU, what's the chatter there? Does this movie feel like it's setting things up?
Absolutely. It's definitely seen as a future foundation for the MCU to build upon. Lots of excitement to see what steps they take next.
Okay.
But what's also really interesting is that people are saying it feels like an old-school MCU movie. Remember Phase 1?
Yeah, more standalone.
Exactly, because it's unto itself, not just constantly serving other storylines down the road. And that self-contained feel could be a huge plus for audiences right now.
I agree. That sounds really appealing.
Oh, and confirmations. 2 post-credit scenes. So you know the drill.
Definitely got to stick around for those. Always.
And one more interesting tidbit. The film reportedly takes place over an 8-year period.
Whoa, 8 years. That is an interesting approach for an origin. Gives them room to grow, I guess.
Yeah, lets the characters and the family dynamic really breathe and evolve over time within the movie itself.
Okay, so wrapping it up, you've got the spoiler-free rundown on Fantastic Four First Steps. Sounds like Marvel might have actually delivered a really, really promising take on its first family.
Seems that way. Stunning visuals, incredible chemistry by all accounts, and a fresh, maybe much needed tone.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? With Superman also supposedly embracing that more hopeful, maybe Silver Agey, self-contained vibe. Could 2025 be the year movies finally just, like, lean into the wonderful weirdness of comic books again?
Maybe. Setting a new path, perhaps, moving away from everything needing to be grim or overly complex. It's an exciting thought.
We are so ready for it. We really can't wait for you all to see it and make up your own minds. Definitely let us know how excited you are, or, if hearing these reactions brings up any other concerns for you.
Absolutely. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please do like it, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff, and definitely drop a comment below sharing your thoughts on Fantastic Four. First steps. Are you hyped? Cautious. We love hearing from you.